Louisiana's new insurance commissioner, Tim Temple, will be our guest speaker. Tickets are limited. Please contact our office to RSVP as soon as possible. Our next monthly luncheon will be here at the Petroleum Club of Morgan City with our past Senator, R.L. Brett Alleyne II, on March 20th, 2024. We are taking RSVPs for that luncheon as well. These are the sponsorships available for each. There are sponsorships available for each. One sponsor for our joint luncheon and 4 annual elite sponsorships for our monthly luncheons. Please contact our office for more information. I would like to now introduce our head table. You have myself, Tammy Moore, Chairwoman of the Chamber, Melissa Darden, Chairman of the Chittimacha Tribe of Louisiana, Clarence Vampy, Mayor of the Town of Baldwin, Eugene Fulcard, Mayor of the City of Franklin, Holden Murray, Economic Development Director of the City of Patterson, Duval Arthur, Mayor of the City of Berwick, and Hannah Roy, the grant writer for the City of Morgan City. At this time, I would like to thank elected officials and special guests for taking time out of their busy schedules to attend this luncheon. We have with us Sarah Date, Acadiana Regional Representative with the U.S. Senator John Kennedy's office. We have Christian Bergeron, District Rep. And you can kind of wave as I call your name, just stand. We have the Clerk of Court, Greg Oquan. We have, with the City of Morgan City, Lou Tamparella Jr. With the Berwick, we have Mayor Duval Arthur. We have Colleen Nichols Askew. We have Assistant Chief of Police, J.P. Henry. With Patterson, we have Mayor Rodney Grogan. With Franklin, we have Mayor Eugene Fulcard. We also have Mayor Pro Tem Lester Levine. We have Joseph Garrison. And with Baldwin, we have Mayor Clarence Vampy. We have with St. Mary Parish School Board, Superintendent of St. Mary Parish Schools, Dr. Buffy Fagenbush. We have Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Rachel Sanders. We have myself as a school board member. And we have with the Chittimacha Tribe, the chairman, again, Melissa Darden. And with South Louisiana Community College, we have Anthony Baham. And again, you have me. All right. So today's luncheon sponsors are Fulcard Insurance and our annual elite sponsors, Bayou Bend Health System and Enamore. Please welcome Carl Fulcard with Fulcard Insurance Agency to say a few words.
Thank you. Yeah. Good morning. My name is Carl Fulcard. I'm from Franklin, Louisiana. I'm a local agent with Aflac Insurance, and I just wanted to come and introduce myself and Terry. He's our regional manager out of Lafayette. But if anyone need anything, any supplemental policies, we'd be more than happy to come in and show you. Sometimes these policies enhance your benefits for your employees, and that's a good thing for your employees if you can offer them supplemental benefits. But I just want to thank God for giving me this opportunity to come here and speak with you all, and I'll let Terry say a few words also.
All right. So probably not 90% of you have heard Aflac before. Most of you probably don't even know what we do. One of the things that we find, Aflac has over 50 million policyholders currently. So it's a very big amount of people that are involved. What they do is they actually help pay medical bills. Because health insurance is designed for one thing, to pay doctors and hospitals. Aflac is a whole different thing. When you use Aflac, the money comes directly to you. So we don't pay doctors and hospitals. We give the money to you to see what you need it for. So that's basically what it does. There's many stories out there. I'm sure some of you here have had family members with cancer or heart attack, and if they've had Aflac, you can just go speak to them. They will tell you what it really does. So basically, that's what we wanted to mention. We dropped off some little packets with y'all. There's also some little sign-in sheets. If y'all are interested, sign that up. We'll pick them up a little later, and we'll contact you at another time. Thank y'all for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Tammy.
Thank you, Carl and Terry. I would like to now introduce the speakers for today's luncheon. Please hold your questions until the conclusion of our talks. Make note of them if necessary. Our speakers today are here with us to give updates on their respective communities and what citizens, business owners, and taxpayers can be on the lookout for in the future. Beth will have time cards off to the side of the podium in an attempt to keep us on schedule. She's showing them to y'all. Speakers, you will be shown a halfway card, a 1-minute card, and an end time card. Our first speaker is Mrs. Melissa Darden, chairwoman of the Chitimacha Tribe of Louisiana.
Ashi. Hello. As she said, my name is Melissa Darden. I am the chairman of the Chitimacha Tribe of Louisiana. I am serving in my 4th term now. I'm going to start off, we get out, but we don't get out as much as we should. So I'm going to start out by letting everyone know some of the programs that we offer at the tribe for not only the tribal members, but for the community, surrounding community. We have our own police department that serves our reservation community and the surrounding communities. If they need help, they always give us a call. And with that, we have our courts that handles most tribal matters. We have our fire department that serves the reservation and all the surrounding communities. And since the Sheraton Bridge is out, I don't know where everyone's located at, but near the reservation, we have this bridge in Sheraton that's been out for a couple years. So it makes it hard for responders to get to the other side. And our fire department is responsible for that side of the other side of the bayou. So therefore, we're fortunate enough to have 2 fire trucks. So we do place 1 fire truck on the other side of the Bayou Teche at one of the volunteers' homes. That way, if an emergency arises, they can get to it in a very responsive manner. We have a recreation department where we offer many sports to the youth, and that is for tribal youth and surrounding community. So all youth in the area, they're welcome to attend. We have an early learning center for the children 6 weeks of age to 3 years old that is offered to tribal members, and tribal employees or non-tribal employees can also bring their kids there. Our tribal school we have for pre-K through 8th grade, and then we have a River Cane senior assisted living facility, which we do offer free lunches to our seniors 55 years of age and older on Monday through Friday. We have a Chitimacha Health Clinic that's open Monday through Friday. It does provide all your medical services there, and it is open to tribal members and also to non-tribal. And within there, we also have house, a dentist, and a hygienist, which is only a couple days a week, so we can only provide services for tribal members for that. But we do look forward to the future when we can provide services to the surrounding area. Our culture department and museum, which it helps people that want to learn about our culture. They're welcome to come into the museum and learn a little bit about our heritage. And then we also have a development and housing department. We've recently added 2 subdivisions, which consist of 15 new homes that provides housing for low-income tribal members. With that, we have our development department, which is currently housing and development work hand in hand, but in this development They're working with the Federal Transportation Department in order to get funding. We're trying to get a grant to get the money to build the new bridge in Sharonton. It's not on our land, but this is something that helps the entire community, and that's what we're all about. We want to help everyone. And we are currently now in a design phase for our new boat launch, park, and kayak launch. We're waiting on the state to update the MOU so that we can get this completed. All the design is complete, and then we'll start building that, and that'll be a new boat launch for the Sharonton area, Sharonton, Baldwin, whoever would like to use it. It's tribal, non-tribal, so it's for everyone. It's a need for the community. Same thing with the park, it'll be for the community. And we also we received a grant from NOAA, and this is a shoreline protection grant that would be out in Bayou Sally. The first grant we received, it's to design what it's going to look like and how it's going to help. And once again, that's something that's going to help us and the community that surrounds us. Since we've got that and we've got all of that in place, now we're working on applying for a grant in order to build that shoreline protection. And as you can see, we have many things that we offer to tribal members, not only to tribal members, but to the surrounding communities as well. And unfortunately, we don't have a large tax base where that we have funds coming in, and that's where our enterprises come into play. And most of us know us from Cypress Bayou Casino Hotel, but we are so much more than that. We have, along with our casino, we have our trading post, which is a little C-store on the reservation that sells gas or your basic needs. We have Raintree Market, and I'll try to hurry. Raintree Market, which is located in Baldwin, and we're in a process of opening a second Raintree Market 2 in Jeanerette. And then we have a Keta Group, LLC, which is based out of Baton Rouge. It is a disadvantaged business that capitalizes on opportunities with federal contracting. And under Keta, we have Colorado Professional Resources, which is based out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. It is a subsidiary of Keta, and they provide professional services in support of Department of Defense agencies. And then we have TIA Support Services. It is also a subsidiary of Keta, and they provide professional services to federal and commercial clients. TIA, it is a subsidiary of Keta. And then we have the Silver Creek Subdivision. Silver Creek Subdivision, which is a real estate development located in Baldwin. It's adjacent to Raintree Market. And then we have YT Services, which is a Hub Zone certified business that seeks out opportunities in the grant and federal contracting sector. That is located in Sharonton. Of course, we're moving into Baldwin. And that's a little bit about what we do and who we are. And to let everyone know that we are continuously growing, not only to help the tribe, but we're here to help all the surrounding community. And we're always open. So if any of the communities have something they need to partner with, we're here. So, huya. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Darden. The next speaker will be introduced by the Mayor of Patterson, Mr. Rodney Grogan. All right. Well, we will now have Mr. Holden Murray, who is the Economic Development Director of the City of Patterson.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Holden Murray. I have the pleasure of serving for the City of Patterson as the Human Resource Director, Economic Development Director, Community Development Director, and whatever else Mayor Grogan asked me to do. He had to go back to school. As you know, Mayor Grogan is back in the school system, so I'll be speaking on behalf of what my departments are doing. Over the past year, the Economic Development Department has partnered with the National League of Cities and the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta. So I've had the great honor to be going back and forth to Atlanta a couple of months each year with our Mayor Pro Tem to study with the president of the bank, the vice president of the bank, economists, data scientists, with this program called the Southern Cities Economic Inclusion. They felt like after COVID-19 happened, southern states were impacted harder from COVID-19 than northern states. They did the research, they did the profiling on this, and they had data to back that up. So they sent out grant opportunities. So only 3 cities were chosen in Louisiana: New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and Little Old Patterson. We were actually the smallest city in that initiative. So what that initiative is to help find ways to help southern cities grow economically and be economic resilient. Through that, we've opened up 3 programs. The first program is Shop Patterson. So if you don't know, Shop Patterson is a 6-month initiative that actually ends this month. And you download the app to your phone, and you go to the businesses in Louisiana and other areas that participated, and you get a stamp. The more stamps you collect, the more prizes you get, the more rewards you get. Just this past month, we did a 50% off with Simply Cheesecakes by Alexandra. So she offered her cheesecake and offered other great foods at 50% off. Through our grant, we were able to reimburse her. The program has been very successful. We've had over 281 people register actively using it to this day, and we're over 1,081 stamps that have been collected throughout the program. The next part of that program is Incubate Patterson, which focuses on certifying our businesses. So once you go through this program, it's based on this book. It's called Who Owns the Ice House? It's about an African-American man who sold ice in Mississippi during the heat of segregation. Nobody thought he would be an entrepreneur, but he proved them wrong. So our training starts in March, and once you do the training based off this book, you become a certified Patterson business, which allows you grant access to these grants that the Federal Bank in Atlanta are giving out. We've also been able to, our program after that will be called Patterson Builds Credit. It's an initiative to help adults build their credit. So through the grant, we're able to have an on-staff person who will be a credit analyst, helping them to get their credit scores up and work towards their goals. There's going to be a youth component of that called Patterson Builds Credit Youth Edition, because we feel that financial literacy isn't taught as much as it should be, so we're going to have a program. It's going to be a 2-month program over the summer. If the youth completes this program, from our department, we will be able to give them money to go into their savings deposit or a certificate of deposit. But through the success of our partnership with the National League of Cities, we've also been invited to join their Strong Southern Cities Inclusion Department. So that's a new program that we'll be working with, and what that allows us to do is they told us pick a program, any program that you want, as long as the end goal is to help the future of children. So they did a neighborhood study for the city of Patterson. It just came back, and it showed that the west side of the city, which they feel the west side of the city is across the tracks, is more economic resilient than the east side, and they did that by studying economic factors. So because they were able to deduce that one side of our city is stronger if something happens, they're able to offer us more grants. So with the Federal Bank of Atlanta, we'll be doing a neighborhood study to see what factors are wrong with this part of the neighborhood, because a one-stop solution doesn't fit the whole city of Patterson. So we'll be able to offer grants based on each neighborhood and what that neighborhood is affected by. Finally, the community studies, we also have a grief support group going on every other Saturday or every 3 Saturdays. You know, grief is a hard topic to deal with, and so our other journey is destigmatizing mental health. So we have somebody come and they do a grief support session. It's been very successful. We have widowers, people who've lost their mother. They come, and in a safe space, they're able to talk about how to deal with their loss, and give them effective tools they need to deal with grief. Starting in April, we're switching away from grief and we're moving on to anxiety. So an anxiety support group will start in March, and that helps give people the tools they need to deal with their day-to-day anxiety. We also have the Healthy Communities Grant with the Keep Louisiana Beautiful program. So we're going to start working on that, and that's about litter abatement in the city of Patterson. And finally, we do our senior and disabled meals every Wednesday. These meals go on to those who are disabled, not just in the city of Patterson, but also in the surrounding areas. That way, we know that after COVID, A lot of seniors had to choose between their bills or a meal. And so it's important to us to find a way to help them. Even if it's just one meal, it might help them get by. So those are a few things that's going on in my department, and I thank y'all for your time.
All right, thank you, Holden. Our next speaker is Clarence Vamby, Mayor of the Town of Baldwin.
Hello, it's always bad to come up and give a speech after a meal's been served, but I'll try not to put you guys to sleep. We all work together in some form or fashion. Matter of fact, Ms. Jordan was talking about public safety. She and I are actually working together on a lighting program on Highway 83 because it's a very dark area when you get off the overpass that was operable. It's not operable right now. But to provide safe passage through Baldwin to the casino. Also, Mr. Holden spoke about the GRIEF program. The First Lady of Baldwin actually taught several classes there. So we kind of dibble. We pick up the phone, we call each other, whenever we need. So last year, I was surprised, and I was looking for my seat, and they told me it's up there. So now I know where to sit now. So I'm a little ready this year. We opened in Baldwin, actually, is the Port of West St. Mary and SLCC. We opened the new welding school and CDL completion program. And if you haven't had a chance to visit the facility, it's absolutely beautiful. It's named after the former Port of West St. Mary director, David Allen. And I invite you all to come to Baldwin to visit that. Also, you will notice some huge metal buildings when you approach the school. Those are sugar storage warehouses. Everyone asks me all the time because, folks are looking for jobs. They say, hey, what's going on there? What business is that? Well, not many jobs, but it's sugar storage. And ARL is constructing those facilities, and it's because companies like Domino Sugars in New Orleans, they can't take all the sugar that we're producing in the parish. West end of the parish is predominantly agricultural, as you probably know. So it's stored for a couple of reasons, somewhere to put it, and also market. That way the farmers can actually make more money on the sugar. They don't have to sell it at rock bottom prices. They can wait on market prices to get better. So we're glad to be involved with that. The town of Baldwin actually sold its biggest permit ever for those buildings to be constructed. And we're glad that they're located within the town of Baldwin. The town of Baldwin has the distinction of being the only town in St. Mary Parish. Every other municipality is a city, thanks to Berwick's upgrade. And a couple high points. Probably one of the biggest things for me, I'll read you a quote from a letter. Due to the significant progress Baldwin has made recently, I plan to suggest to my supervisor that we at LLA discontinue the extra oversight we've been conducted for a long time. And this unquote. This is from Senior Advisor, Louisiana Legislative Auditor. And that was very good news for us, as you could probably imagine. The town of Baldwin has, probably the smallest, well, I know we do. We have the smallest amount of tax revenues, of course. We're a bedroom community. I own that. I love it. But, of course, we don't get very much in the way of tax revenue, both from ad valorem and our sales taxes. We initiated and continue a blight removal program. And basically just cleaning up the town. We did a lot in the last year just to improve the appearance of the town. We repaired the fishing docks at the Chittimacha Trail Park. We hosted the stop-off for the Fête Tour de Teche with Father Michael Champagne. We cleaned and repaired the tennis courts, hosted a summer tennis camp with Bishop Hebert, cleaned and repaired the basketball courts on Branch Street. We were able to get use again of the basketball court at Sega Brown on Main Street. That was a tough negotiation, but we got it done. That was the only standing ovation I've ever gotten at a council meeting when I announced that we were able to use it again. And let's see, we participated in the energy savings program with the LED lighting with CLECO. We consolidated water operations with St. Mary Parish Water and Sewer District number 4. And we're doing improvements to our own water, I'm sorry, we don't have water anymore, our own sewer system, which we were able to obtain some federal funds thanks to our congressman. And let's see, my thanks to all the mayors throughout the parish, Sheriff-elect Gary Driscoll, and to Madam Chairman, Chittimacha Tribe, Melissa Darden, and for their support, guidance, assistance, and donations of surplus equipment. And with that, I'll close with an extra minute. And as usual, I will give my extra minute to Mayor Duval Arthur. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Vaby. Let's now welcome Mayor Eugene Folkard.
I'm sorry, baby.
Thank you. I know I won't need that extra minute. I'll be brief. It's after lunch, so again, good afternoon, everyone. I'll just briefly tick off some of the things that we've been doing in the city of Franklin. Currently, we have a major rehab being done on Casey Street with a complete rehab of Casey Street, of the entire road, drainage, and also we're addressing about a 45-year sewer issue that we were having on Casey Street, so that will eliminate that. So we're very, very excited about that. We're currently working on the $1.3 million, the Yoakley Bayou widening project. If you notice behind Bayou Bend and along Chapels Road and Yoakley Road, we're widening the Yoakley Canal, which it did come into play back in January when we had some very torrential rainfall, and it helped us to get a good bit of rainfall out of the city of Franklin. We're currently working on a $1.6 million CDBG grant for COVID mitigation air conditioning units at both of our recreation centers, the McCall O'Neill Center as well as Broussard Harris. So we're very excited about that. We have, in an effort to increase foot traffic in the Main Street area, we've gotten a grant for $536,000 from the Louisiana Transportation Alternatives grant to replace and rehab sidewalks on Main Street, Willow Street, Iberia, and along Bayou Tash Drive. And this will help handicap accessibility along the corners of Main and Willow, as well as Iberia and Main Street. So we're very, very excited about that. Also, we've been approved with another CDBG clearance program grant for $380,648, which will help us fight blight. I'm looking at JP from Berwick. Blight is very hard on local police departments because those blighted properties serve as a safe haven for illicit activities, from drugs to other illicit activities that go on these derelict properties. So we've been approved with that grant to demolish 38 houses. And we're not just demolishing houses for the sake of demolishing them. This will enable some of those property owners who probably otherwise couldn't afford to tear those houses down. Once those houses are torn down, they could probably repurpose that property for some other type of use or home ownership. We've just completed a $400,000 Love Louisiana Outdoors Community Development Block Grant to replace all of the playground equipment at all of our city parks. We're doing a groundbreaking on tomorrow for $500,000 for a Franklin Fire Department training facility tomorrow morning at Landry Park on Iberia Street. This is also in an effort to lower our fire rating rates to help with insurance, homeowners insurance. We've recently created an economic vitality committee under the Main Street program to continue revitalization efforts in the city of Franklin. We've partnered that with Carrie Stansberry of the Cajun Coast to create a QR code throughout the sidewalks in Franklin where someone could just snap the QR code and get an address to any of the businesses in Franklin. We're about to celebrate our 40th year of being one of the first certified Main Street programs. We met with renowned muralist Robert Dafford, who will be creating a mural inside of the Pocket Park. He started on that on Tuesday, so we're very excited about that. We're very excited about a $2.4 million water infrastructure rehabilitation that we'll be doing in the city of Franklin to address many of our aging infrastructure concerns in Franklin. Also, a roundabout along Northwest Boulevard near Bayou Bend that will help create a brand new entrance coming into Franklin. So I'd like to thank Senator Island and also Representative St. Blanc. Also, the Franklin Merchants have a number of events coming up. The Dinner Under the Lamppost in April. We have the Bayou to Main Market, March, April, May, September, October, November, and December. The 100 Black Men of St. Mary Parish will have the annual Soul Food Fest Juneteenth weekend. And also we have a Fit, Fun, and Fabulous Black and Gold football camp with the New Orleans Saints players in June of 2024. And with that, Beth, I'm completing my talk. So thank you very much, and I appreciate you all for listening.
Thank you, Mayor Fulcard. The next speaker is Mayor Duval Arthur, City of Berwick. With ceremony.
Moving kind of slow, got a bad hip. If I was a horse, you'd have to take him out and shoot me somewhere. It's that bad. First thing I want to do is thank the Chamber for hosting this. It gives us a platform in which we can talk about what we're doing in our individual municipalities and the improvements that we're making and how we're going about doing that. So thank you all very much for doing that. You'll do it each year. We look forward to it. I know we talk bad about, well, I don't want to go first, but anyway, we enjoy it and enjoy picking at each other. So it's a good thing. I want to get started. I know the clock's running, so get my glasses out. That's the bad thing about getting old. Everything starts breaking down on you, including your vision. We have implemented several initiatives in Berwick that have made significant improvements to our town. These improvements have had a positive impact on our town. Infrastructure development. Berwick has witnessed substantial improvements in our infrastructure. 16 streets have been repaired and expanded, enhancing connectivity and reducing traffic congestion, making it more efficient, safer, and accessible to our residents. We have been approved for a street paving grant from the state for $585,000. It has a 10% match to it to pave 6th Street in the area of the ponds, if you're familiar with that. We refurbished City Hall, added a new peak roof. We also added fresh paint, new flooring, and repaired the roof of the B.J. Bella Fire Station. Both of these buildings were leaking. Every time it would rain, we had buckets around in the fire station and City Hall. That's kind of embarrassing. So we got the money and we fixed those things. We're responsible for installing new water lines, sewer lines, and gas lines on the new subdivision along 182 near the Civic Center. That project has been done. Sidewalks were added to the old part of our town, compliments of a grant from DOTD to make it more safe for people to walk around that old part of town to get to the library or to City Hall or just whatever they want to go. The town has reapplied for more funds from the DOTD flood grant program. We were approved 2 years ago for this grant, and we were approved for it. We got $1.5 million, which we felt was sufficient to do the project, and that's when COVID hit. So the price of everything went through the roof, and we couldn't afford to do the project. So we held on to the money. We went back to the state and we asked them, what can we do? We don't want to spend your money on something and get it half finished and then run out of things. So they allowed us to reapply for more money. I thought that was nice of them to do that, and we did, and it's on the board right now. And we're, I think, one of the front runners on the grant and the approval process right now. Our engineer did a wonderful job in helping me with the grant. We also haven't not heard word yet on the federal FORMA grant to replace old PVC gas lines with new PE, which is also a plastic pipe, but it's safer. And we're in the hopper for that. We haven't got word on it. Recreation. Our council has prioritized investing in recreational facilities within our town. New soccer fields, pickleball indoor and outdoor courts. Our existing ones have undergone renovations for our children as well as our adults. Additionally, parks, playgrounds, and sports facilities have been improved, promoting an active and healthy lifestyle among our residents. This past year, we invested in a recreation program to provide tackle football for our younger children. We were able to get additional funding from several local businesses to help us in purchasing pads, helmets, and uniforms. Together, we purchased enough equipment to outfit 4 teams. Those 4 teams participated, did a wonderful job. Everyone was very supportive of it, and we will continue that program in this coming year. Safety and security. Enhancing the safety of our town has been a top priority for our council and myself. We have collaborated with other law enforcement agencies and our school board in implementing school resource officer, which is a wonderful idea to protect our teachers and our children. We purchased 3 new police cruisers, a new emergency truck for the fire department. Our focus on crime prevention and public safety has contributed to the decrease in crime in our town. So thank you, JP, and the rest of the guys at the police department. Y'all doing a good job. Cultural enrichment. We understand the importance of preserving and promoting our town's unique cultural heritage. We have supported local artists, organized cultural festivals, and revitalized historical landmarks. These efforts have not only preserved our town's identity, but also boosted tourism and the local economy. We are proceeding with an addition to our Brown House Museum, where we're building a new exhibition hall behind the facility, which will give them a lot of room for displaying. This addition will add space for the cultural exhibits and displays. Some of our events are the Lighthouse Festival, Live After 5, free music, assisting the Louisiana Sprint Petroleum Festival with the blessing of the fleet, Christmas lighting that showcases our colorful waterfront, Christmas movie night at the Civic Center, and we added a Front Street food court that allows visitors who come to the waterfront to be able to eat out there. Under Public Works, they've been really doing a bang-up job. We continue to buy equipment needed, such as a new excavator, a knuckle boom truck, 3 new pickup trucks, and our wish list includes a new backhoe. The best part, pay raise. We continue to watch our spending, and we're able to give our employees a 3% cost of living raise and still maintain a healthy surplus. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Mayor Arthur. Next, Please welcome Hannah Roy, the grant writer of the City of Morgan City.
Hi, my name is Hannah Roy. I'm the grant writer and administrator for the City of Morgan City. The mayor and Charlie couldn't be here today due to some schedule conflicts, so just bear with me. I'm a writer, not a speaker. So a few projects going on in Morgan City. We have our homeowners weatherization and preservation grants that have been going on for about over a year now. We have assisted 23 homeowners with the weatherization and preservation improvements to their homes, and we still have about 10 more homes that we're going to complete. Our business facade grants are underway. We were able to help 29 Morgan City businesses thus far take advantage of this unprecedented opportunity. There is still limited funding available, so if anyone is interested, please call City Hall. We have been constructing a new pavilion on Lincoln Parkway. The city's administration is really focused on capitalizing on the lake asset, and so they are doing a new marina along with this pavilion project. We encourage everyone to go and enjoy the beautiful outdoor spaces we have available to us. The water treatment plant project that we have been working on, phase 1 is underway. Phase 2 just got approved for additional funding last week. It will provide a state-of-the-art facility for residents and ensure quality water. It'll produce a $10 million water plant, and there will be no increase of cost to the city residents because this is a project funded through grants and loans. Our natural gas system project, which is our $7 million project, we are underway with that. We have undergone an environmental analysis, and so we're just waiting for that to be approved, and then we'll start construction. We will have our final design and plans completed soon. We do have a mural project going on. There will be a mural in downtown Morgan City soon. We had a bunch of artists submit for the opportunity, and it was really great to see everyone involved. As soon as the contract's executed, we're going to reveal who the artist is, and it'll be centered on the Atchafalaya River. As far as our Main Street goes, Christmas Festival was a huge success. We had about 4,600 people in attendance, and we plan to grow the festival and have an even bigger turnout this year. The Main Street events calendar is up on the Morgan City Main Street Facebook. It has all the events for the rest of the year. There is an Easter egg hunt in Lawrence Park on March 23rd, and there's tons of other events in the spring, including Basin Brewfest. We do have an app. It's called Explore Morgan City. There are 2 tours on it currently. There's a driving tour and a historic walking tour, and we will be adding more tours. So if you get a chance, I highly suggest you download the app and go through it, go take a walk downtown. It's a lot of fun facts, things that people may or may not know, and encourage children to just go take a walk. It takes about an hour. It's really fun. The Bike Morgan City project is a 3-part project with trails funded through the Recreational Trails Program for Louisiana. We have 2 out of 3 of those trails being completed, and the other one's under construction currently. As far as ongoing projects, we are awaiting funding decisions for 3 different grant programs at this time. It'll fund various different projects. And then we plan to submit about 5 additional grant applications within the next 2 or 3 months to fund even more projects. We have recently submitted a grant for our archives collection to have someone come in and kind of give us some guidance on what we can do with our huge collection of archives and kind of make it more accessible to the public. So we're very excited about all of that. We have tons more projects in the works, so just be on the lookout for our Facebook and everything like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Roy. Lastly, we will hear from our annual elite sponsor, Bayou Health System. Let's welcome Stephanie Guidry to say a few words.
Thank you so much. Just a little bit of an update on the Wellness Center. It's been a huge success. We have well over 1,500 members in our fitness center. We had 3, I believe, Mardi Gras balls in our conference center, and we continue to book parties, all kinds of events in the conference center. So it's been a huge success, more successful than we could have ever imagined so quickly. Hadn't even been open a year yet. We are having a construction project on the hospital. We're adding 2 operating rooms where our MRI is currently in a trailer. We're adding onto the building, and we're getting a new MRI that will be inside the building. We're adding a waiting room, a couple of offices, and we're opening up our patient registration area so it's more customer friendly. So with all that being said, there's going to be a lot going on in the parking lot of the hospital. So if you're coming into the hospital, you're visiting your patient, please be careful. Please look at all the caution signs. It's going to be tricky around the ER, but we'll move as quickly as we can. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Guidry, and all of our speakers. We will now take questions for our speakers. Any questions? All right, we have a question in the back.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Woodrow Parker. Economically, in the future, as it relates to St. Mary Parish as a whole, what are we doing economically to bring in more businesses of a little bit more diversity rather than labor? Can anyone answer that question?
Did y'all hear the question? I'm going to bring him the mic.
So we need you to repeat the question on the mic, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Woodrow Parker. As it relates to St. Mary Parish as a whole, what are we doing economically for future businesses to come to St. Mary Parish as it relates to potential companies that have that's not labor intensive or lean towards female ownership as it relates to those 2 categories? Can anyone answer that question? And I'll bring you the mic.
Thank you, Woodrow. As a matter of fact, I know with the city of Franklin, we've been very, very aggressive with marketing and also with our economic development outreach. We've been doing everything humanly possible to attract as many businesses as we can through collaborative efforts with the St. Mary Parish Government, Office of Economic Development, Port of West St. Mary, and also out of Baton Rouge with the Governor's Office. Anything that we can do to attract businesses into our area, we're there for it. And I can't speak for all of the rest of the mayors, but I know that we've been very aggressive with doing all that we can, through working through SLCC with creating different curriculum and working through with St. Mary Parish School Board to also create other means of trainings to attract these businesses to come into our area based on some of the curriculums that could be offered to high school and students just right out of high school.
Also, Mr. Evan Woodrow's not here. He could probably answer that question best. But he and I both were selected as fellows to the VRA, Delta Leadership Institute, and that's his job to actually attract businesses into the area, and he works for the parish. So that kind of answers your question, because it was kind of a parish-wide thing. Of course, each mayor individually tries to attract businesses into their town or cities, but he's actually very active in attracting businesses into the parish. Now, he probably won't tell you a lot because it's very competitive. You know, those businesses are looking at a lot of different locations and locales to move into. So it is very competitive, but I can tell you this, he is very hard at work in trying to attract businesses into the parish.
And our welding program, we have how many women in the program?
One right now.
One right now, okay.
But she's really good at being right.
Okay, great, yes.
As far as economic development, I think a lot of times when people hear the word economic development, they automatically assume it's only and solely about bringing in businesses. But there's another specialty, a component of that, and that's called economic resilience, being able to fortify and withstand your community or your oncurring businesses. I truly believe that in order, everybody talks about bringing in businesses. Before you bring in businesses, you have to make sure that your current businesses are being taken care of.
Yes.
How can we move forward and bring in other businesses if the businesses that are currently in the parish or in the city are not being taken care of? That doesn't look good to us from a marketing standpoint. That's why we have initiatives as Shop Patterson. We have a lot of female entrepreneurs in the city of Patterson, as well as a lot of African American entrepreneurs in the city of Patterson who are part of this program, whose businesses might not have been known before, but through the marketing, through the promotion, through them coming to talk to me, saying, what's your vision of your business? That has empowered them. And so being able to empower your current standing businesses gives you the strength to be able to put in those upcoming businesses. Now, I feel like, and Mayor Brogan might not agree with me all the way, that's okay, we always come to resolution. My viewpoint right now is not to focus on bringing in businesses right now, but fortifying the current businesses that we have. We have a lot of new businesses. Let's work with these new businesses to prove that what the city of Patterson has to offer. And lastly, I also believe in collaboration. For instance, it was called Shop Patterson, but we had Morgan City businesses like Down the Bayou, Simply Sweets participating. We had Vista 21 Nutrition participating. I believe in the power of collaboration as well. If we're able to show that we're together, we can root for each other, cheer for each other, that will also help bring in different businesses.
I think all of our municipalities have someone on board that's a little better at economic development than others. And we have a very active young lady that's our economic development coordinator, one of our councilmen. She's here with us today. And she does a great job. But it's a very tough job. But I want to say one thing. Right across the bridge in Amelia, there's a new company out there. They're employing over 1,000 people right now. They're working 2 shifts. They're working day and night. And they have enough work to last them 4 to 6 years. So we need to go over and slap them on the back and tell them great job. And even though they're in Assumption Parish, I'm sure we got a lot of people in this parish that are working over there. And they're bringing home their money to pay their gas bill and water bill and rent bill. And so we should be very thankful. And if you run across anybody at that company, let them know how much we appreciate it. But that's about it.
Thank y'all for those responses to the question. Do we have any additional questions? I'm coming. They can't hear you because I can.
What's the name of that company?
And what happens, we seek employment for those people who have been recently released from incarceration. So my question is to Mayor Duval, what is the name of that company on the other side of the Amelia Bridge?
I think it's Providence or
Performance. What's the name of the company? Performance, yes. Okay, thank you. So I can pass that on to our participants.
Well, they're still looking for people. The employment's open right now. They can hire everybody who walks in the door.
Any other questions? While I'm already out in my. Nobody else? All right. Going once?
Going twice? Going. All right. Thank you all for joining us today and providing us with these updates. Before we conclude, I will turn it over to our president, Beth Chasson, to provide you with a few updates and to close out.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you all for taking your time out of the day to have lunch with us and for your continued support of the Chamber. Special thanks again to our sponsors, Folkart Insurance. Don't play with me. Y'all know I'm quick. Folkart Insurance and our elite sponsors, Bayou Bend Health System and Intermore. Thank you, leaders, for joining us today and for all that you contribute to our community as a whole. One thing that I would like to highlight is that last week our scholarship committee gathered to revamp our scholarship program to allow more students the opportunity to apply. The flexibility will allow students that are planning to attend technical colleges or non-degree seeking programs to apply as well, because we know trades are so important. Please follow the Chamber on Facebook and check the website for our updates on future events. We hope to see you at our next 2 luncheons on March 7th at Cypress Columns with the Insurance Commissioner, Tim Temple, and on the 20th here at the Petroleum Club with Senator Brett Island. Please reach out to our office if we can help you in any way, and RSVP to those upcoming events. Have a beautiful afternoon.
All right.